In this video, we're going to learn some more complicated applications of tape diagrams. So for our vocabulary, let's write down a definition for tape diagram. A tape diagram is a visual model for ratios that uses rectangles. So that's what you learned to do in the last video. All right, so the first type of problem that can be solved with a tape diagram is ratios that have three parts. So we did one of those in our warm-up yesterday. Let's look at another example. This time we're going to use our tape diagram. So my daughter Caroline, her favorite shade of purple, more of a violet maybe, can be made by mixing white paint, red paint, and blue paint with a ratio of 7 to 3 to 2. If you want to make 120 cups of paint because she must have a purple room, how much more red paint will you need than blue paint? So there's a couple things I want us to note in here. First of all, the way that the ratio is written, how do we know which one's 7, which one's 3, which one's 2? Well, we look at the order. So since we said white first, then white must be 7. Since red was listed second, red must be 3. And since blue was listed last, blue must be 2. So we're going to set this up just like our tape diagrams from yesterday, except there will be 3 rectangles instead of 2. So make sure to make all your rectangles, all the boxes that make up your rectangle the same size. And make sure that they are lined up at the same spot to the left-hand side. Oops, too big. And we know that we're looking at 120 as our total amount. But right now on our tape diagram, we have 7 plus 3 plus 2. That's a total of 12 boxes. So we're going to do 120 divided by 12, which gives us 10. And now let's look back at what the actual question was asking. It says, if you want to make 120 cups of paint, how much more red paint will you need than blue paint? So they don't really care how much white paint we use. We just want to know the difference between red and blue. So red has 3 groups of 10, so that's 30. Blue has 2 groups of 10, that's 20. So 30 minus 20 equals 10. So our answer is she needs 10 more cups of red than blue paint. Now let's look at another type of problem. So here we have 3 quantities, but instead of having one ratio with all of them, we have 2 different sets of ratios. So we've got a bowl of M&Ms, and the ratio of blue to red M&Ms is 4 to 5. The ratio of blue to green is 1 to 2. And I want to know what's the ratio of green to red. Notice that we haven't been told the total number of M&Ms. We don't know that. We have to just work with the ratios. So let's start with the first ratio here and just make a tape diagram for that. Go ahead and pause and do that. Okay, so we have 4 for blue and 5 for red. And we are paying special attention to make sure our boxes are the same size and they're lined up. Okay, next we need to do blue to green. Now, we have to be careful here because we already said that blue is worth 4. So when we do this, we're going to have to keep blue that same size. So this time, we're going to say that blue, the one blue, we're going to make the same size as the blue up above, even though now it's just 1. So notice I'm not drawing in the lines to divide it. And then for our green, that is double the blue. So we're going to make it double the size of the blue that we're working from. See how blue to green is still going Those are all the same size, right? And then we've kept our blue the same size as the one above because that was the common piece of our ratio. Okay, so now we need to know the ratio of green to red. So that means we need to be able to compare these pieces here. We need to be able to compare the red with the green. And right now they're not broken up into the same size. So I'm going to go back to my green and I'm going to break it up so it's the same size as the red. And so now when I look at this, I can see that red has 5 and green has 8. So the ratio of green, oh, that was the ratio of red to green. Sorry, we want the ratio of green to red. So that's 8 to 5. We have to make sure we're doing the order correct. All right, let's look at one more tricky type of ratio problem. So this type is one where you change something within the problem and you have to see how the ratio adjusts. We're going to change ratios. So we're going to say that Carlos and Adrian have money with a ratio of 2 to 9. And Adrian has $45. If Adrian gives Carlo $15 because he is such a generous person, then what will the new ratio of their money be? So let's start with our initial ratio. Okay, so now we know that Adrian has 45. That's not both of them together, that's just Adrian. So I'm going to label that 45 underneath Adrian. And so if Adrian has 45 and he's the 9 part of the ratio, then if I do 45 divided by 9, that should give me how much each box is worth. So that's 5. So that means that one box here equals 5. And now, so I can see there that Carlos has 10, and we already know Adrian has 45. Now, Adrian is giving Carlos 15. So that's 1, 2, 3 that we're taking away from Adrian, and we're giving to Carlos. So these guys are here, moved right up there. I know that that's 15 because one box equals 5. So then 3 boxes would equal 15. Okay? And so now I can see my new ratio. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Carlos versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Adrian. So the new ratio is 5 to 6. I just absolutely love the way these tape diagrams make it so clear to see what's actually happening here. So if any of these examples have seemed a little bit confusing to you, now is a great time to go back and rewatch. If you're ready, then our practice problem is next. So for our practice problem, this is one of the 3 types. You'll have to decide which one and rewatch if needed. Henry's favorite color of orange can be mixed by using yellow, red, and white in a ratio of 5 to 2 to 1. If it will take 200 cups of paint to cover his room, how much yellow paint do I need to buy? Good luck. We will go over this in class tomorrow.